Troy Abbs, the head coach of the Trine Thunder, after a really exciting 31-30 loss to Rose-Hulman. I know it hurts to lose, but that was an instant classic, Coach.
It was a great football game, and our guys played great, really, in all three facets. Special teams, especially. It's one of the best special teams games we've ever had. We didn't make a lot of mistakes, but the mistakes we did make were big and either cost us scoring opportunities or cost us scores against us. So a few things to work on, but not a lot. And that's where you want to be after week 2.
Quality football opponent, and so it was an exciting game. And a couple impressions that I got, I just thought I'd get your feel for. This is the first time I've seen Alex play since the spring, and the improvement in the passing game. He was throwing dimes on Saturday into some tight windows, and I hadn't always seen that before. You've talked about it, and the stats are showing that he's always been able to run the ball. He's making progress as a passer, isn't he?
Oh, no question. And he's really improved his feet, his footwork. And for people that know a lot about quarterback play, it's about 50% your footwork and getting the feet lined up in the proper way to deliver the ball. And he's really put in a lot of quality work with Coach Wellman, our quarterback's coach, on improving his footwork to get the ball where it needs to be.
You talked to me about Kyle Nafe last year and said, Andy, this is a guy to watch. We're excited about his future in our program. And you look up and he has 14 tackles at the end of the night, and he's just all over the field, he and Pollard. What about Nafe and his leadership on the defensive side of the ball?
He's really our voice. He's that guy that gets us fired up. He plays with a ton of emotion and amazing effort. And when guys feel that emotion around them and see it, they try to emulate it, and that makes us a good defense.
Jamon Gibson was not credited with a sack and not a lot of tackles, but I thought from a defensive standpoint also, he was just buzzing around the quarterback. He was involved in making a lot of plays. I thought Jamon had a really good game.
Right, and they really didn't attempt a ton of balls downfield. Didn't give him a lot of opportunities at, a sack, and their game plan was a result of his abilities. And whenever you can limit somebody's playbook with somebody as talented as Jamon and Jacob Jackson and Kendall, you've got a great group of defensive line. You're going to limit people's playbooks.
I like these young receivers, Coach. And Connor Arthur, 3 catches, 89 yards. Kyron Pearson is just lightning in a bottle out there, 4 catches, 87 yards. You've got some good veteran receivers as well. The balance up and down that receiver core right now is a nice place to be.
There's no doubt about it. Anytime you have to force a defense to defend a multi-headed monster, it makes it a heck of a lot more difficult.
Now, Kirby wasn't really able to get, only 2.2 yards per carry. I know you pride yourself on the running game with your offensive line. That line's been in flux a little bit this year. What do you have to do going forward maybe to get Zane going a little bit better?
Well, one of the things that we faced last week as opposed to the week before is a really loaded box.
I see.
They had a lot more guys on the line of scrimmage or closer to the football, which made it much more difficult to run the ball. We're also starting 2 freshmen on the offensive line right now for various reasons. And as they continue to grow and learn, our run game will continue to improve.
A couple of questions about the strategy, game time decisions that you made, which as a former coach, I'm fascinated by this stuff. You went for 4th down 3 times, once in your own territory.
Yeah.
After a 20-minute official discussion where they're trying to figure out what down it is. I could see down on the field that you and your players are really emotional at that time. And I thought you just had the emotion on your side to make that 4th down conversion. It didn't pan out, but would you do it again under similar circumstances?
Oh, absolutely. We had decided to go for it early on during that conversation because it would catch them off guard.
Right on.
And, had we not slipped a little bit, I think that play would have hit really, really big. But, I thought, that's just one of those plays where just one piece of our execution was missing or we've got a big play. So that's what we've worked on all week is just improving upon, those little pieces and parts and techniques that are part of our offensive, defensive, special teams to continue to improve.
I just saw your confidence as a coach, and you've been at this a long time, coaching at such a high level. You've had a ton of success in championships, and you saw that in the game on Saturday. You were not afraid to make tough decisions, going for it on 4th down. And then the decision at the end of the game, you
Right.
kick the extra point to tie the game. There's a minute and a half left, and you could force an overtime at that situation. You decide to go for 2. You're going to go for the win right there in that spot. Take us inside Coach Abbs' thought process there, because you could make an argument for going either way there. You have to
Right.
make the decision, right?
Right. Well, there are a lot of things that went into that decision. Knowing that it was going to be a close game,
Sure.
or having a good idea that there was a high possibility that it was going to be a close game. We had a 2-point conversion practice period where we worked on 6 2-point conversions against our defense. So our offense against our defense. And we converted 5 out of 6. And we converted the play that we ran 2 out of 2 times. So we felt really good about the play. And with the way the momentum was going in the game, we felt confident that we could get it. And to be honest with you, when the offense was at the plus 45, I told them, boys, stick it in. We're going for 2. We're going to win this game.
Sure.
Stick it in the end zone, and we're going to go for 2 and win this game. And I thought Coach Kinsey's call was a great call. And as far as the play that we ran, and if I had it to do over, I'd do the same thing.
So you were going for 2 from the very beginning of that drive.
We were going for 2 from the
gonna
very
win it.
beginning of that drive, and the boys knew that we were playing to win the game.
It was a great game, a fantastic night all the way around, from seeing the whole campus community there, standing room only in the crowd, the excitement throughout the night, and Rose-Hulman came and gave us a great show on their side as well. I thought your guys played really hard. I thought they played hard as well, and it was a fun night. We're going to do it all over again Saturday.
Yeah.
We're home again, Mount St. Joseph. Obviously, you've been working on film, getting ready for this game. For our viewers, for tonight, what are we going to see from this squad from Mount St. Joseph?
Well, they've got a big, strong defensive line, some linebackers that can run around, some really good athletes in their defensive backfield. Their offensive line isn't the biggest offensive line that we'll see throughout the season, but they are very competent and have a great understanding of their scheme. Solid running backs, solid receivers, but they live and die as far as their team goes on their quarterback. Their quarterback is a phenomenal athlete, very elusive, and makes a ton of plays on runs and passes. They have designed runs for him, but when everybody's covered downfield, he's pretty electric, and he'll put on a show. So we've got to make sure that we contain him and play more disciplined brand of football with less penalties. And I think if we do those things, we can come out on the right end on Saturday afternoon.
We're going to be rooting for you, Coach. All the best against Mount St. Joseph, and let's go get them.
Thank you very much.